Good morning, students. How are you all? Hope you all are fine. Very good, students. Okay, I am also fine. Shall we start learning commerce? In commerce, we are going to learn the privatization, the forms of that new economic policy. Okay, the three dimensions of the new economic policy are that liberalization, privatization, and globalization. Okay, we have learnt about liberalization yesterday. Today we are going to learn the privatization. So the next day we will learn the globalization. Okay. So from the word itself we know that privatization, isn't it? What is that privatization? That means the government enterprise or transfer of ownership from the government to the private. Okay, that is called privatization. That means they are allowing the private sector people to undertake the government enterprise ownership. Okay, that means the public sector units are given to the private sector. Public sector, private sector, we say, no. So the public sector units are given to the private sector. So why? What is the main reason? Why the government has accepted to that transfer of their ownership is transferred from public to the private? What is the reason? Means the main reason was because the private that public sector, many of our public sector units were running in losses because of their that inefficient management. Okay, that because they all without any responsibilities, they may not work sincerely, okay, efficiently. So for namesake only they work in the public sector units. But if the ownership is in the private sector, their main motive will be to earn profit. So they will do, they will be they should manage the organization efficiently, isn't it? Otherwise they cannot earn their profit, they cannot achieve their objective. Okay, so they will be that managing the organization effectively, and they may produce the goods that high quality goods in order to have many customers. If they have the many number of customers only, they can increase their quantity of sales, isn't it? If they increase the sales quantity, only then they can earn more profit, isn't it? So since the public sector units were not run efficiently, they were not able to earn more profit. Okay, and they were running continuously for many years in loss. That is why the government has planned to give the that public sector units to private sector. That we can see that even bus transport, it was with in the hands of state government, but now it has been given. Many of our buses, many buses and all, they have introduced in 1 year. So that was given. Now the railway is with the public sector unit. Then some form that organization is still with the that public sector unit only. Okay, that one, that we should learn that name also, what all there in the government. Okay, and first we will learn what all the enterprise have been given to the in the private hand. First it was given India Scooters Limited. Okay, India Scooters Limited. This was the first unit that has been given to the private hand. Okay, India Scooters Limited. It was given to the private sector. Okay, they have privatized. Okay, the first privatized company in India was India Scooters Limited. Okay, the other one, Bharat Aluminium Company Limited. Okay, then Hindustan Zinc Limited. All these given in the book. Okay, Then Indian Petrochemicals Corporation Limited, Maruti Udyog Limited, and Modern Food Industries Limited. Okay, all these industries have been privatized from public sector units to private sector. Okay, and what are the forms of privatization? Now we will learn the forms of privatization. So how they have done this privatization? Okay, how? First one, contraction of public sector, or contract means they are minimizing the public sector. At a stretch they cannot cancel all the public sector units cannot be given to the private people. Okay, so they have planned to minimize the public sector units. Minimize the minimization of public sector units. Before around in the year 1956, India was having around 17 public sector units. Okay, but this have been reduced to 8 industries. Okay, now we can say it is very few only is in the hands of public sector units. Okay, very few industries. That one, arms and ammunition. Arms means we know that weapons for the military equipments. Okay, that arms and ammunition. Then atomic energy. Then coal and lignite. Then mineral oil. Okay, oil factory. Then refinery. Then ore, mining of ores. Okay, or mining of copper, mining of lead, zinc, etc. All mining. Okay, all mines. Then minerals for atomic energy, that is the one that we have in Manavalakurchi, that rare earth. Okay, that is that company is they are extracting the sand, isn't it? We know that rare earth, they are extracting the sand, that is the mineral that is used for atomic energy. Okay, they say thorium, uranium, that is extracted from this company, that central government company which is situated in Manavalakurchi, isn't it? So all these are only in the hands of public sector. Okay, that one, atomic energy. Then we can say that defense, that means arms and ammunition. Then railway. Okay, the last one, railway. Even mining also they will be planning to give to what? The private people. But only these three are in the hands of government. Okay, what? Atomic energy, then defense. Defense means the armaments and ammunition. Then railway. Only these three are there. Now they are getting reduced. Okay. So all these are the that first step. They will minimize the public sector units. Okay. Then second one, in which way they are doing. Okay, sale of share to public, to the private sector. Share they will sell. Sale of share. In TV you could watch the debates, isn't it? That almost all the public sector units are they are selling to the private. Then how we can get valuable service, that welfare activities will be lacking in the private sector, isn't it? Private sector will be mainly their motive will be earning profit, isn't it? They will never provide free service or for less cost. We can say many examples here. They were, instead of selling the full company, what they will say, the public sector units will be, we have studied in the company in the in 11th you might have studied, isn't it? The company form of organization, public sector unit, and that you everything you might have studied, isn't it? Public undertakings. So their shares will be sold to the private. Okay, the sale of shares of public sector units to private sector. Okay, private. Before they have kept one limit, okay, up to 45% of share only can be sold to the public. Okay, public means private people, either the people of the country or any financial institutions can purchase the share of the public sector unit. Now they have increased this one to 55 percentage. I think now it might have been increased. Okay, they will slowly they will increase and totally they will make this as 100. Okay, so automatically this public sector unit will become the private sector. Okay, so in 2011 only they have increased this 45 percentage to 55 percentage. Now in 2021 they may increase to 75 or 95, okay, or maybe 100. We cannot predict. Then memorandum of understanding. What is this one? We have heard memorandum of the association, isn't it? Here memorandum of understanding. What is this memorandum of understanding? This was introduced in the year 1991. Okay, when they have started this new economic policy, isn't it? So that time itself they have introduced this memorandum of understanding just to have an like a checking, okay, of these public sector units. What is their productivity and performance? How much they are producing? Okay, productivity and performance, their management, how they manage. Everything will be analyzed. Okay, they will judge the public sector units, how much productivity, how much they are performing, and how the management is, whether they are mismanaging or they are earning profit, okay, whether it is running in profit or it is incurring loss continuously. So they will judge these public sector units and they will level their performance. Okay, what is their performance? Whether it is good or very bad, they continuously incur loss. Okay, so if an undertaking is incurring loss continuously, surely that undertaking, that public sector undertaking will be sold to the private people. Okay, so that was one of the form of privatization. Okay, either they will minimize the public sector units. Okay, here only now 3. Okay, again it is reduced into 3. What are the 3? Railway. 1. Railway is still in the hand of government, Indian government. Okay, then defense. Then that energy, that also atomic energy, that coal, lignite may be given to the private. Okay, already it is in the hands of government only. Okay, coal, lignite, everything, maybe the energy we can write. Okay, atomic energy, still these 3 only in the hands of government. Otherwise that other share may be selling to the private sector. Then sale of share, by increasing the sale of share of public sector units to the private sector. It was before only 45% of a public sector unit can be sold to the private people. Either they are the public, that means the common people, or for any other institution, financial institution. But now in 2011 it has been increased to 55 percentage. They can sell, that means more than majority, isn't it? More than half of the share is in the hands of private people. Then another one, Memorandum of Understanding. In the year 1991 itself, they have introduced this one. They will judge the productivity of the public sector undertaking. Okay. Then their performance or how they are managed, whether it is efficient management is there, then whether they earn profit or they incur continuously loss. Okay, as per that their understanding, they will sell the unit. Okay, then disinvestment in public sector units. That is something related to the sale of share, isn't it? They are reducing the investment of government in public sector units will be reduced. Okay, they will not invest in the public sector units. That means if they continue, that means continuation of this point also. If they incur loss and they will not, the government will not invest in the public sector unit, but what they will do, they will sell that public sector unit to the private sector. Okay, that is another form, disinvestment in public sector. The government will never invest in this public sector units that are incurring loss. Okay, incurring loss for some years continuously. Okay, then that companies, that units will be sold to the private. If private enter, they will manage efficiently, isn't it? Now let us learn the advantages and disadvantages. Advantages of privatization. Okay, what are the advantage we have because of this privatization of public sector units? The first one we can say increase in efficiency. Yeah, isn't it? Yes. The efficiency will be more because their main aim is to earn profit, isn't it? And they have to reduce the cost. So they will be managing with that expert managers. Maybe they will appoint board of directors how to manage the whole organization. Maybe that the regional directors. Okay, so that surely the efficiency will be more when we compare with the public sector units, isn't it? Public sector will not be managed efficiently. Then the second one, professional management. They will efficiently doing, and management also will be professional. But if we that government manage, okay, there they cannot manage efficiently, or it may not be good when we compare with the private owned companies, isn't it? Because the government will change often as per the leaders elected, isn't it? Each party will be changing, and that political interference will be there. Okay, so the even the managers cannot manage, and they cannot take efficient immediate decision, isn't it? In a critical situation, they cannot take their own decision because the management will be interfered by the political leaders. Okay, so but if it is given in the private, for the private, then the management will be professional. They do not worry about any interference. Okay, they are having full freedom to take decisions. So professional management is there. Then increase in competition. So if it is a private the public sector units, nobody will come there for competency, isn't it? There nobody is there to compete them. But if there are competitors for an organization, what they will do automatically, they want to improve uh, their organization in everything, all the aspects, okay, either management or the quality or the quantity of production, their productivity, okay, everything they want to improve. So it will lead to efficiency, improvement in the efficiency, that is a increase in competition. So that is actually increase in competition is not an advantage. Because of this increase in competition, what is the main advantage? Their efficiency is improved, okay, that is what here they have not given that point. This is the reason for, because that is absent in the public sector unit, okay, this competition is absent in the private, that public sector unit. Since competition is there for the private organization, they will improve in all the aspects, okay, they will take their policies, their programs will be effective and efficient, okay, in order to have more profit. Then the last advantage, reduction in economic burden of government. Economic burden of government. Now government is free, isn't it? If it is giving one each department to the private, their responsibility is less, and their the allocation for that public sector units will be very less. So they are free from many responsibilities. Okay, the government responsibilities are getting reduced, isn't it? Because they do not need to invest, that is an investment is there. If an organization continuously runs on loss, they will sell that one, and again no more to invest in that one. Their allocation from the public budget will be less, isn't it? So that their economic burden of the government is getting reduced because of privatization. Because all those companies are taken by private, they will see, so their responsibility and their burden is getting reduced. Understood? Now we will see the disadvantages. The demerits are more, isn't it? We will say many disadvantages, but here three only given, okay, advantages only more given. 4. Now, what is the first disadvantage? Lack of welfare activities. Okay, because almost the majority of the population of India is that not very rich people, isn't it? So middle income group, so that they are somewhat poor, we can say, isn't it? Poor are not considered. Okay, here now you, for example, we can say the education, only that education, then welfare, that hospitals, everything, almost very little hospital only there. Slowly all this will be given to the private people. Okay, so that welfare activities. So since almost all the organizations are given to the private, the welfare activities are lacking for the poor people, okay. But if it is in the hands of government, they will provide for less cost, okay, for less. For example, we can say the hospital. If we go to a hospital, government hospital, we do not need to pay any charges, isn't it? Free medicine we can get, free consultation. But if we go in a private hospital, how much we have to pay, isn't it? So all these are lacking in this privatization, because of the privatization. And schools also, we can say one of the example, isn't it? Government school, free education, but in private schools they have to pay fees and law, isn't it? So then all these are lacking the welfare service. Okay, lack of welfare services. Then political pressure. Here, the you see, if a public sector unit is not functioning, or if they do not do any service, for if medical service done in a government hospital is not good, they will protest against the government, isn't it? They will ask, they will that people can inquire them. Okay, so why that proper service is not done? But if it is in the hands of the private people, the public or the common people cannot protest against those private people, isn't it? So that is there. Okay, that political pressure is not there. Okay, so the government, that public cannot question these private organizations. Okay, what is the third disadvantage? Ignore the weaker sections. Weaker section. Earlier we learned in the first point itself, isn't it? The welfare services are not done for the poor. So in the same way, here you see the bus. Uh, they are providing, the many private buses will be there, isn't it? They are having more facilities, and the rich people, those who have more money, they can afford to pay that high cost. Okay, with the AC bus and everything. But ordinary people, they can go only by the that public transport, isn't it? So but if it is not there, how can these people travel with the low cost, isn't it? That is another question. If it ignores, so that is why we can say they are ignoring the weaker section of the society. They are encouraging whom? The rich community, the rich people. Okay, but it is that is why they are and they are selling these public sector units to the private people, those who have more money. And what they do business, and they become more richer, isn't it? They become more rich. But the people, those who are poor, they are not provided with any that service with low cost. So they have to provide more money. So what that community becomes, the poor people uh, becoming again poorer, but the rich become richer. Okay, that is why it ignores the weaker section of the society. Then what is the impact of privatization? Next heading, impact of privatization. So we can say it has a positive impact. Okay, then we can say what is the positive impact in the privatization? Because we have learned why they are privatized, because the public sector units are running in loss. Okay, so that loss is removed, then they will increase the profit, isn't it? So they will that means their financial growth will be more. Okay, the growth will be there from the company's point of view, it will grow. So that we can, it is a positive impact. And we can say in another one positive only, it increased the efficiency of the government undertakings. Why? Because they have appointed what? that memorandum of understanding, isn't it? They will analyze and they will study the public sector unit. If it runs continuously loss, they will be privatized. So this is another alert for them. Okay, so the government undertakings will be very particular about to earn profit. Okay, so it will improve the efficiency of the government undertakings. Then they provide better goods and service. Okay, who the that after privatization. Okay, so they will provide better goods and service. Why? In order to increase their customers, in order to increase their profit. Service we cannot say, isn't it? For the consumers, but they will provide better goods. It is given that the service also, that the service will be good for the it is a question mark only, isn't it? Provide better goods and service to the consumers, and it increases the foreign direct investment, because if it is, since it is given to the private people, it is connected with the globalization, isn't it? Because foreigners will be investing in India, so we are inviting foreign investment, direct investment. Okay, because of privatization only, that foreign direct investment has come into India. Okay, so we will mark the question answers. What is privatization? 184. This one point, then one another point. Okay, 3, 2.0. Okay, privatization. See, name the industries which are reserved for public sector. 184. Here. Okay, arms and ammunition, atomic energy, coal and lignite, mineral oils, mining of ores, mining of copper, lead, zinc, etc., minerals of atomic energy, and railways. You can write if you need this one also. Now, at present, atomic energy, defense, and railways are government monopoly industries. Okay. Explain the concept of privatization. 184. The same thing we can write, isn't it? Second one, what we have marked from here, 1, 2, one more point you can write. Okay, something more you can write. Concept of privatization. Then impact of LPG, isn't it? All the impact you have to learn. Okay, now liberalization you have marked. Now privatization, this also. Okay, students, we have marked the question answers. You just read and keep. Okay, try to understand and read 2-3 times. That will do. Okay, students, thank you very much.